Hello, my name is Damon. I'm an ex-incarcerated individual, and I was incarcerated for 13 years.
And my name is Briana, and I'm an ex-prison wife.
Prison Wife Hack Part 1. Get yourself a portable door lock so nobody goes and snatches you up from your hotel room or your Airbnb, because we travel alone, okay? Now stay out.
We've been married for 11 years.
I spotted her from the beginning. When she first walked through the doors of the church, I looked. I said, yeah. I fell in love with her because of all of her good qualities, her beauty. Her energy was always good around me.
I fell in love with you because he is a very kind man. Look at his little face.
Wow.
I don't know, you were just my soulmate from the beginning. So on Valentine's Day, it was our first date, 2009. 3 months later, he ended up getting locked up. After that, I listened to everybody around me, and everybody around me was like, leave him. He's not a good person. He's in jail. I'm obedient. I listen to my elders. This is like the right thing to do.
Hi. You're supposed to be cuddling with me right now, and you're not, and that makes me upsetty spaghetti, and I don't want to be depresso espresso, so you should come cuddlioso.
The first time he called me, he was not telling you what happened because you can't really talk about it because it's recorded on the phone.
I let her know I was in jail. I let her know that I've always grew up in this kind of arena. We were young. She was 19, I was 21. She should just go live her life.
After the conversation, I was like, I'm never gonna find anybody. That was my soulmate. The next day, he calls me. It's more than 10 years. He said that he will break up with me himself. We continued our relationship and we got stronger.
You love someone, you love someone. You can't say, oh, based on this criteria or this scenario, I can love this person. So that's what led me to propose to her, even though at the time that I proposed to her, I didn't have my senses yet. And I asked her, would she marry me?
So I did get married in prison. Crazy, I know, but I don't care where I got married because I got to marry the love of my life, and that's all that matters to me, okay?
She was shocked. She had the phone like.
He proposed December 17th, 2009. In February, he got sentenced to 15 years. I said, hey, are you gonna break up with me now? No, I already put a ring on that finger. It's too late.
It's too late. You had your chance to run.
We decided to wait on our wedding, but then I was like, Jane is in jail. I don't have to take care of him here. I don't have to feed him. So it'll be exactly the same thing of what I have now. Why are we waiting? A month later, we got married. Getting married in prison sucks. Our wedding day, I had to go as if like I'm visiting the prison. I have to wait with everybody. I have to make sure I get an appointment to get in. And then I have to pass through the dress code. You couldn't wear all white. You couldn't have anything tight. It has to be a certain length. It has to be like up to here. So I didn't even get to really wear a wedding dress. I wore a dress. It was white and black, so that way it's not all white for them. And I could only take 5 people in total, including me. It was my parents, my sister, and his mom. He comes out, sits at the table like if we're visiting, and then all of a sudden the chaplain comes in and says, hey, let's go get married. You couldn't even like be touching him. It had to be side to side for everything. We were able to sneak in one picture. He's kissing me but looking at the correctional officers at the same time. And then it was done, and then we go back to our visit like nothing just happened.
I was so nervous. My tongue, I was like, it's stuck to the roof of my mouth and I can't repeat what he's saying. It was hilarious.
Yeah. And then the next day I went to go visit him like if it was our honeymoon. And that was that. We've been married ever since.
Guys, my husband called me and told me he doesn't love me anymore and he wants a divorce and he's gonna leave me.
What? No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I said I gotta lock it up. I have to go.
It's the same thing to me.
Aye, babe. I gotta go.
Love you.
Love you too.
The reason I got incarcerated, I committed a robbery of a jewelry store and I got caught. It wasn't my first time in trouble with the law. I had another robbery kind of similar. When you do crimes of similar fashions, you get more time. Some of that time in prison, I was on my best behavior. Then sometimes just the circumstances and situations, when you get into a little bit of trouble, you get added time. Since I love talking to my wife so much, I used to get kind of caught with cell phones. Not kind of caught with cell phones.
Which are contraband, you're not supposed to have them.
And they give me more time for that. I had to do something for myself to start transitioning out of prisons. They have the trades in there, so you could have like carpentry, welding. I just kind of poured all my time into that, trying to get an employable skill, and that I started getting more time off. I went from that to a program almost immediately working.
That was a huge transition for me too. He's out here, but not with me yet.
Now out here, I mean, life is much better. I think I'm adapting pretty well. I got a job, I go to school, I clean up sometimes. Being there for a certain amount of time, I knew that in order to keep my marriage intact, I had to be completely open and honest about how I feel, because that was the only way that our relationship was going to survive.
It's definitely communication, not just communication, but being completely open and honest about every single thing. For me, I tell him everything of my day. He feels like he's out here a little bit and a part of my life.
How can you maintain a marriage with a person that's not physically there? It's rough.
Who said I love you first? Who's more protective? Who cleans more? Who eats the most? Who spends the most money?
We're living in two different worlds. I'm living in a bubble where time has slowed down and stopped, and she's still living in regular society with everybody else. Her friends are having children and couples dates. It was a struggle because I had to try to comfort her in the best way that I can. Our marriage is good, it's strong, it's just different.
You definitely feel like as the person outside, you're in prison as well. But it also sucks because you also hear everybody else's opinions of what's going on in our life. Oh, Damon's in prison, he's not a good guy. People are trying to tell you how to live your own life and don't know what it really entails.
I need to do everything I can not to be a burden on that person, especially a person that I love.
My parents were not for it at all when you first went to jail, because they're being protective, of course. Like, who's gonna want their daughter to be with somebody that's in jail or prison? They already knew him from church, so they liked him as a person as it was. My family just supported me, and so I definitely had that support system that a lot of women do not have when they walk through this life. I think it definitely made us stronger as people and as a couple as well, that's for sure.
Indeed.
Am I scared that he's going to change when he gets out? No, because I know he will. And I am too, because it's a different world for the both of us, but it doesn't mean that change is bad. Change is good too. It could be wonderful.
So I chose to show my story on social media. I thought it was important to share information about prison, not only to help prison wives and helping them through their journey to make sure that they're not in it alone, but also to show other people that have nobody in prison that we're normal. It's just important to see that like there are different walks in life, and this just so happens to be our journey. And that's okay. I'm not a bad person, and he's not a bad person.
I don't think all the time she knows the profound effect that it has on other women that are looking at her TikTok that's going through a similar situation. I can't tell you how many times where someone just walked up to me out of the blue while I was in prison, was like, hey, your name is Damon. Your wife is Briana. She makes TikToks, and my wife loves your wife's TikToks. She has knowledgeable information. She knew how to navigate the system, where I think that's why a lot of women kind of like her.
So I'm also trying to inspire a lot of women and trying to help them overcome the darkness that a prison wife's journey comes along with. You don't have that person. Your whole life's changed. For us, we were only together for 3 months. Imagine someone who has been married for a while is used to having their husband there and then boom, they're gone. I really try to inspire other women to work on themselves and to show them that, hey, I've been in it for a very long time and it could work. You will be okay. I feel like it's important to show that people can make it through. Prison is hard. I'm not the same person I was when he first went in, and he's not the same person either.
You have to drop all that stuff. You have to let it go. The past is the past. You have a bright future. I think our main goal is to continue to love each other, continue to grow together, and continue to love those around us.
We both have to work together, start a new life again. It is possible, and we are still in love, right, baby?
Indeed.
10 days, 9 days, 8 days, 7 days, 6 days, 5 days, 4 days, 3 days, 2 days, 1 day, 1 hour, 2 minutes. Oh my God.
Hello, nice to meet you. Don't do that.
Live your life, love your life. Just make sure the energy you put out is just good for yourself and those around you. Redemption is a real thing. Life is what you make it.
You said it perfectly. I don't think I have anything else to add to that. If I haven't made any TikToks, I am sorry. It's not my fault.
Ooh, they gonna be on my page tripping.
Yes, they are. We hope you learned something from our story and stay here for more content.
What was I gonna say again?
Thank you so much for watching.
Oh, thank you for watching. Oh no, that was terrible.
Peace.
Peace.